So, welcome to my little corner of the World Wide Web, and this is Walter, and sitting here talking a little bit about games today, and when that's over and done with, then it will be time to play something brand new I never played before. So that's what we are aiming to do, and that will be where we are going. The game I will play is called The Long Dark, which is a survival game. I had a couple of games on mind, and I will go through. Oh, it seems like I got the wrong game tagged. Why is it doing that? That is brilliant. I can't even spell now, so it's a little bit funny, but that is another one with the internet. It doesn't always do what you expect it to do, or it's doing what it wants to do. So yeah, that is always funny. It's always funny when you play around with the internet, computers and stuff like that, because it's always said that they only do what you ask them to do. Well, what about all the things you didn't ask them to do? So, but let's get into the gaming news. I just need to close some windows so it doesn't start popping up suddenly with weird things either. So that was a little bit about Epic Games, what they are coming with. So I will load the app up and show. They have a lot of very expensive, high-ranging titles coming up, and they are either just about to be there, and some of them is next week, I believe the 19th, and up to some of them is supposed to come in March. So there's a long of range, but they also have a sale going on at the moment, and I don't know if I want to recommend that. As usual, I would say shop around and see if you can get the games cheaper somewhere else. There's no need to pay the most bucks for the games. The free ones at the moment is First Class Trouble, as I talked about last week, I think it was. I was actually thinking about playing that, but it seems to be a game which is better when you're multiple players playing together and trying to help or prevent each other from actually playing. What's coming soon is Epistory. So I don't know what that is about, but at least there is. One of the most sold games at the moment is Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to say a little bit more about that later, but that is coming out the 10th of February, and I know I mentioned before Sarah's gaming channel, she will be running that from day one. Actually, she will get it a couple of days before, so hopefully she can play a little bit before the 10th and start showing what it's all about. There's a lot of buzz about it, so yeah, I think that's it about Epic Games for today. I have a couple of news on Steam. Let's see if I can get the videos up. This one was one which actually kind of intrigued me a little bit. Sorry, I don't know sound or anything on, but this is a real retro game, but it is actually newly made, and it's in the Rogue RPG. It came out the 33rd of December, and I will just play it again because it's very short. It makes a lot of old-fashioned RPG games spring into mind. I have 2 times played loads of these, and I know there are some people who are having the same sort of memories as I do. So yeah, it's called Wizard Wheel 2. Now I'm going to kill it. I have another one from Steam as well. Let's see if I can just copy this in. Copy. Again, it's a little bit different, but I think sometimes different games are actually not bad. I don't know if there's any audio on it because I can't hear what's coming out from the screen. All my audio goes through to Twitch, so I'm sitting a little bit, but this, it looks so beautiful, and to be honest, it's one of those games. The other trailer is a little bit longer, but it's, well, what time of game is it? It's first of all, this one is free to play, and you don't do much. You play down on the ocean floor, and this one is only virtual reality, so you need to have VR. But could you imagine moving around under the sea in this kind of environment? And as I said, the game is free. It looks amazing for what it actually is, and when I saw it I thought, oh wow, this is and it's brand new. We can see the other trailer as well because it is very, very beautiful. If it will play. It won't when I post it, so back to the computer again. It does what you ask it to do.
And being underwater,
I didn't ask it to
goes
pause.
back to your youth. It goes back to
clicked
being a
on
child.
it
It goes back to
by
a mental
mistake.
space
So
of exploration.
you need VR
Try to come
for
up with
this
an art sound
type
that
of
fit
game,
what our goal
but
was, being underwater,
it is
having one of these moments, something that most
actually
people never
amazing
experience
to
in their
look
life.
at.
And then I think on top of that, all
I
the
say
other
again,
pieces from
it's
design
a
to
free
animation to
game,
lighting,
so
all became in service of those two things.
if you
And that goes
by
to,
any chance have
the larger service of
VR,
trying to
then
create the introductory
it's one of the routes you absolutely could
Core
take.
design philosophy of the product was that if you have never done VR before, this is a great experience for you to start with.
Sorry if I make some weird noises now, but
it
I'm
was amazing.
trying to
I think
check
it was a
if
little
I
skeptical at
actually
first
have
about how
audio
real
on.
it was going to be, and just the depth perception was just
Of course, don't
amazing.
have my
I really
Twitch up
liked seeing
for
lots of the
myself.
fish, and they like
Wouldn't
going
do
around.
that.
And I like how they were like in groups and schools of fish.
The most amazing thing is the whale. It's just, holy cow. This looks
amazing thing.
life-size.
I really felt like I was underwater, and when that
Okay.
big whale came like right up next to me, I was
I
little
do
scared.
have audio coming up. Good.
One of the biggest challenges and one of the most rewarding.
That's a little bit of the problem when I play a video and can't hear anything myself.
And
Then I'm starting doubting whether anyone watching it can hear it, and
real.
that, of course, is
What you want to do with the blue is
it's
is
for
to
your
create this
sake, not
idea
for
that you
mine. I
physically
already
in the
watched
water
it
yourself.
once,
The fish or
and
something new. If you reach out and try and touch them, they disperse and they come back.
I'm amazed by the
all of that was stuff we wanted to really
routes
explore
that
because
the
you
things
follow
are
the
taking
You
in
feel that
VR,
presence in
because
VR like no other medium. And
I always
it's
thought it could
mind-blowing.
be amazing experiencing being in the middle of the
For a second
game.
I was
Let's say a game like
I was
World of
in, like,
Warcraft,
my
that you are
heart
actually
skipped a beat
kind
because
of
I was
walking
underwater
around
and,
in
like,
the world and
oh,
seeing
like,
things.
still breathe.
There's
But
moments where I was like, I'm really here.
things like this, where you can actually move around under the sea without even getting wet, unless someone chucks a bucket of water on you or something like that. But that whole experience
immersive
must be
qualities,
amazing. I
being
think I need to
underwater,
get a VR set.
connecting in some virtual way, particularly with the whale, just so out of any experience I've ever had that it's like, it's completely freeing.
I think the reason people respond to it is that it really plays to a lot of our base emotions.
Anything's possible in VR, and that's
Oh.
what's amazing about it. And I think animation-wise, it sparks a lot of creativity in terms of where we can go with it, what we could do, whether you're witnessing a
just
performance
realized
or
I
you're
was
interacting
talking
with
over
it.
them,
You know,
so
it's really
that's why
exciting where it's
I
going.
went a little bit silent.
VR is tapping straight into, I think, a part of our brain that is our childhood, and letting us be kids again and remembering what it's like to do things or do new things that we've just never thought we'd ever get a chance to do.
So, Oculus is a VR system, so you can get the game through them as well. So that was pretty much what I had from Steam this week. They keep having some sales going on, but I'm not really going into looking at that this week. I didn't see anything very interesting to mention. Might be worth mentioning, if anyone is interested, Starline is set to release the first half of the year. I'll be keeping an eye on that because that's something I would like to play from day one, especially with my interest for No Man's Sky. So let's see how that goes. So next one on my list is that Ubisoft is advertising that there will be 7 new Assassin's Creed titles coming. There wasn't any date or time on it, but at least then we know that the franchise will go on for quite a while, and I hope they can keep the stamina up and keep the whole series going. But as it jumps around in history, I don't think that will be any problem to keep it going. There was actually a video about the announcement, so I'm going to play that. I started from the beginning again. With commercials, probably. So, not much real information, but a lot of teasers, and well, some of it sounds very interesting. Feudal Japan would make many very happy. I know they have already. There has been a lot of talk that that would be one on very high on most people's wish list for Assassin's Creed. So it seems to be coming, and let's see how it goes further on. And I'm going to stay a little bit with Ubisoft because they have some games, release names for other games. I'm not going to play videos, I'm just going to show them. They are talking a lot about. No, I don't need to show these actually. They showed a lot. They didn't show. They talked a lot about those which are not released as they were supposed to. They were a little bit delayed and stuff like that. But it seems like everything is going very good. One thing I think is interesting, they released the 17th of February is the news Allies the Settlers, and it seems like it has been ramped up for newer computers, and it is a more modern touch to the game, so it would be interesting to see what that brings with it. There's also some console games coming out, Trackmania, some yeah, you will be racing and competing against other people on global leaderboards, so for racing enthusiasts that will really be the thing. Another thing which is coming, which sounds quite interesting, is Valiant Hearts coming home. It seems it will only come on Android and iOS. It's labeled Netflix, but if anyone remember the game Valiant Hearts: The Great War, that was quite a interesting new type of game, and many would say hi to a new round of that type of game. So their Skulls and Bones release date is set to 2023-2024. It's a really high profile pirate themed game. It was supposed to come out early 2023, but it has been pushed, and there's been a lot of talk about whether it actually will come out in due time. But we have to see. There will be an Avatar game, not much mentioned about that yet, and that is the news coming from Ubisoft. They are very pushing to get their name back on the map, and which is funny because I mean Assassin's Creed is what have put them on the map, and they continue to make very good games in that genre. So I wouldn't really say anything about, maybe they should concentrate on what they do more than what they do good, more than what they don't manage to do. A little bit from World of Warcraft. I'm only going to show the picture. They are going to put the starter kit back after it was removed in the last expansion. So now it's coming back, and many players complained that they had removed the starter kit for the different races, and it actually caused quite an uproar on social media that it had been done. But it is coming back with patch 10.05, so good news for those who shouted out about this. That was quite annoying for some players, that it suddenly disappeared. There's some news for Pokemon Go players. The game is still going strong. The Lunar event starts, I think it's the 19th. I need to double check that. Yeah. And as the new year is the year of the rabbit, then there will be extra numbers of Bonnery and Bunnelby, and many more Pokemons with red fur or skin. So there will be a lot of things popping up. So after the 19th you will see that there is a little bit of rotation in what's spawned around you. The event will last until the 23rd, so it's not many days. I used to walk a lot of steps to catch Pokemons, but I must admit, after people started complaining you caught Pokemons while you were driving, then it was not fun anymore. No, that's of course a joke, but it started getting very same old, and they wanted you to buy gold coins so you could buy things, and that's not my policy. And if I can't get any further in a game without paying for it, then no, that's not really the way I want to go. Especially not when you advertise it it is being a free game. Put some commercials in, fine. Force me to watch commercials while I regain life or something, fine. But don't tell me it's a free game and then say, well, if you want to progress, you have to pay. That's not fine. That's not kosher. That's not good. Okay, for those who are interested in Hogwarts Legacy, the specs for the game has been released, and it will be quite hefty. So it's recommended that you run it with 32 gig of memory, and if you want to run with the high specs, but that doesn't mean you can't play it on lower platforms, but you need to then adjust the graphic settings and yeah, I want to see it first, and as I said earlier, I talk a lot about Sarah's gaming channel, and I know she will be playing it, so I will look over her shoulders and see what is actually needed on the game, and I might actually bring it in on my channel as well, just for a Saturday game, look at it, take it a little bit apart maybe, and see how it behaves to new players, see if there is anything special with it that we need to look at. But otherwise, as I said, go and have a look at Sarah's channel, and she is building up to it already, so she will be the expert on that. Good. That is pretty much what I have on the gaming side today. It's not that I've been lazy, but most of the game news I found was rather dull, to be honest, and there was a lot of speculations on different things, and I have said this before, I don't really want to go into speculations, because then you just add to something which is absolutely unnecessary. Whether a game is going to be published in 2023 summer, winter, spring 2024, and why, and whether it's coming or not, I really don't care, because if it has a date and it says it comes 1st of April, then you know it's going to be an April's Fool, don't you? But if it said it comes the 4th of April, then you know what date to look forward for. Everything else is something out in the future, and yeah, that is sort that. Get some accurate information, and then we can take and look at it. Okay, I'm going to make myself smaller now. I have taken up enough space on the screen, and I will find my